You believe you possess agency. You do not. Every morning your hand reaches for the screen before your consciousness fully arrives. This is not habit. This is neurological hijacking, and you are livestock being farmed. They have mapped your dopamine pathways with industrial precision. The pornography, the infinite scroll, the algorithmic narcotic, each engineered to extract your vitality, your testosterone, your masculine sovereignty. You are being chemically castrated, and you thank them for it. I am about to dissect 5 laws, ancient mechanisms that will either free you from digital slavery or prove you prefer the comfort of your cage. Most men will watch this and implement nothing. Decide now which specimen you are. The weak masculine believes he chooses to engage pornography. He does not. His neurochemistry has been reverse engineered by behavioral scientists whose sole function is dependency creation. Observe the mechanism. You experience discomfort, boredom, restlessness. Your conditioning has trained you to seek relief through the precise instrument that generates the discomfort. This is not accident. This is architecture. Marcus Aurelius understood this centuries before the algorithm existed. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The screen is not your enemy. Your relationship to it is the mechanism of your slavery. You scroll until the sensation arrives, that hollow anger, that cortisol spike of regret, that question, why did I engage this again? Because you have been conditioned. Recognition without self-flagellation is the first mechanism of power. Aurelius governed Rome while managing perpetual military threats and political betrayal. Yet he maintained sovereignty over his internal state. How? He distinguished between what he controlled and what he did not, then acted only on the former. You cannot control algorithmic sophistication. You cannot control pornographic escalation. These are external constants. Your engagement is the variable. Control the variable, ignore the constants. This is the Stoic calculus. Your brain has been trained to associate arousal with isolation and rectangles, not with human touch, not with genuine intimacy, with pixels. Neurons that fire together wire together. You have wired yourself for loneliness. Testosterone production declines with chronic pornography consumption. Neural reward circuits desensitize. The capacity for delayed gratification, the cornerstone of masculine achievement, atrophies like an unused muscle. This is measurable. This is mechanical. You lack not the resources to attract women. You lack the vitality that would make you capable of keeping them. Digital degeneracy has chemically castrated your masculine essence. This is the architecture you must first see before you can dismantle it. Strategic opacity begins here. You will not announce your awakening. You will not proclaim your discipline to those invested in collective mediocrity. The sovereign operates in silence. Weakness seeks validation. Strength requires none. Most men will nod at this observation and change nothing. They will return to their screens tonight. They will experience the same hollow regret tomorrow. Pattern recognition without behavioral adjustment is intellectual masturbation. Choose action or remain livestock. The architecture is now visible. You have been shown the cage. What you do with this observation determines whether you are a man or merely a biological response mechanism in human form. Your willpower is a finite resource that depletes with each decision. Your environment is infinite leverage that either compounds your sovereignty or accelerates your enslavement. The amateur relies on discipline. The master architects his environment. Observe the mechanism. Every object in your immediate environment is casting a vote for your future or your past. Your bedroom contains either tools of regeneration or instruments of degradation. There is no neutral ground in warfare. Delete the applications. Not tomorrow. Now. Block the websites with industrial-grade filters. Remove devices from your bedroom entirely. This is not avoidance. This is tactical superiority. You do not negotiate with predatory mechanisms. You eliminate their access to your territory. Aurelius commanded Roman legions across hostile territories. He understood that battles are won before the first sword is drawn. Strategic positioning, supply line control, terrain advantage. He never fought on his enemy's terms. Neither should you. Your bedroom is either a fortress of regeneration or a theater of self-destruction. Which function does it currently serve? The sovereign does not trust his future self-willpower at 3 a.m. when dopamine-starved and vulnerable. He removes the weapons from the battlefield entirely. Decision fatigue is real. Every micro-decision depletes your reservoir of self-control. The man who keeps pornography one click away has already lost before the urge arrives. Leverage your environment or your environment will leverage you. Create friction between impulse and action. Install website blockers that require 20-character passwords you must manually retrieve from another location. Make relapse inconvenient. The predatory mechanism relies on frictionless access. Introduce strategic friction. Replace your digital narcotic with superior alternatives. Where pornography lived, physical training must reside. Where scrolling lived, creation must exist. Nature abhors a vacuum. You do not merely remove, you replace with strategic superiority. Aurelius wrote by candlelight after governing an empire and commanding military campaigns. If he found time for philosophical discipline under those conditions, your excuses are pathetic. The emperor made time. You waste time. Environmental warfare begins with this recognition. Do not negotiate with your addiction. It is not a partner seeking compromise. It is a predatory mechanism seeking total territorial control. You do not reason with predators. You remove yourself from their hunting grounds. This is environmental warfare. Your current environment was designed by your addicted past self to enable his continued addiction. Your sovereign future self requires you to destroy that architecture today. Which version of yourself will you serve? The choice is environmental warfare in action. Most men will understand this law intellectually and implement nothing. They will keep the applications just in case. They will maintain access for emergencies. There are no emergencies requiring pornography. There is only continued slavery disguised as flexibility. Sexual energy is raw power. The weak masculine dissipates this force into pixels. The sovereign masculine transmutes it into productive dominance. Ancient alchemists understood this. Modern men have forgotten it. You will relearn it now. Observe the mechanism. Sexual urge is life force seeking expression. The pornography viewer channels this force into isolated release and immediate dissipation. The sovereign channels this force into training creation and strategic action. Same energy, opposite outcomes. When the urge arrives, redirect it immediately into physical intensity. 50 push-ups, a cold shower, a brutal sprint. You are not suppressing the energy. You are weaponizing it. The weak dissipate. The sovereign concentrate. This is alchemical law. Aurelius faced plague, betrayal, war, and absolute power without corruption. How? He understood energy management. He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Transmutation is being, not theorizing. The emperor trained daily despite governing Rome. Physical dominion precedes mental sovereignty. Your body is not separate from your mind. It is the foundation of your mind. Discipline the flesh and consciousness follows. Neglect the flesh and consciousness deteriorates. Dopamine is finite. Every cheap hit you give yourself depletes your reservoir. The pornography viewer is spending capital. The sovereign is investing capital. Compound interest applies to neurochemistry. You are either accumulating or dissipating. Your capacity for genuine attraction to real women will return when you stop conditioning your nervous system to arousal through isolation and rectangles. Neurons that fire together wire together. You have wired yourself for loneliness. Rewire yourself for connection. Screens extract your vitality for corporate profit. Women exchange vitality for mutual attraction and potential legacy. One is parasitic extraction. One is symbiotic exchange. Choose your transaction partner with sovereignty. This is transmutation in action. Testosterone production increases with strategic sexual restraint. Neural sensitivity returns. The ability to experience genuine pleasure from genuine human connection restores itself, but only after you have proven your sovereignty over base impulse. This is measurable biochemistry. Ancient texts called this force the coiled serpent or vital essence. Modern science calls it sexual energy or libido. The label is irrelevant. The mechanism is identical. Channel it upward into creation or dissipate it downward into degradation. Third option does not exist. You will experience periods of intense energetic pressure during this transmutation. This is not pathology. This is raw power accumulating. Direct it, channel it, weaponize it. The amateur fears this power. The sovereign harnesses it. Choose your relationship to your own force. Most men will hear this law and continue dissipating their life force into screens tonight. They will experience the same hollow regret tomorrow. They will wonder why women do not respond to them. The answer is alchemical. They have nothing left to offer. The urge is not a command. It is merely neurological information. The amateur believes he must either obey the urge or fight it. Both approaches fail. The sovereign observes the urge with clinical indifference and watches it dissolve. The urge arrives as physical sensation. Your conditioning interprets this as emergency requiring immediate action. It is not. It is simply your nervous system communicating temporary chemical imbalance. Acknowledge. Observe. Do not engage. The urge will peak within 7 to 15 minutes if left unengaged. Like a wave crashing on shore, it arrives, peaks, and recedes. The amateur drowns fighting the wave. The master observes the wave from the shore. Same wave, different positioning, different outcome. Aurelius wrote, "You are not compelled to form any opinion about this matter before you, nor to disturb your peace of mind at all." The urge demands interpretation as emergency. The Stoic refuses to grant it significance. Indifference is weaponized sovereignty. Document your urges with clinical precision. Time, emotional state, environmental factors preceding activities. Treat yourself as a system to be understood, not a sinner to be judged. The sovereign collects data. The slave experiences drama. Choose your methodology. Every urge you observe without obeying weakens the neural pathway between stimulus and response. Every urge you obey strengthens this pathway. You are either dismantling your conditioning or reinforcing it. There is no neutral engagement. Choose deliberately. You will fail. Accept this now. Failure is reconnaissance into enemy territory. The amateur sees relapse as identity collapse. The master sees relapse as data about the precise conditions of his vulnerability. Adjust strategy. Continue operation. Detachment applies to failure as well. The sovereignty of indifference is your primary weapon. You do not fight urges with moral outrage. You do not suppress them with willpower. You meet them with philosophical disinterest. This sensation exists. I need not engage it. It will pass. That is power. Aurelius governed an empire while maintaining internal sovereignty. Not because circumstances were easy, because his detachment from circumstances was absolute. External chaos is constant. Internal positioning is variable. Control the variable. This is the Stoic mechanism. Your testosterone will return. Your motivation will resurface. Your capacity for genuine connection will restore itself, but only after you have demonstrated sovereignty over neurological impulse. The body responds to demonstrated control, not to wished-for discipline. Demonstrate first, receive second. Strategic detachment extends beyond urges. Detach from outcomes, detach from others' opinions, detach from your own emotional narratives. The sovereign observes himself as he would observe weather patterns. Interesting, temporary, not requiring intervention. This is mastery. Most men will hear this law and continue fighting their urges with moral panic. They will exhaust themselves in internal warfare. The sovereign watches his urges arrive and depart like clouds passing overhead. Same urges, different positioning, different result. You now possess 5 mechanisms that 90% of men will never encounter. They will live and die as biological response mechanisms, never understanding the architecture of their slavery. You have been shown the architecture. What you do next determines your category. The weak masculine will watch this video and feel temporarily inspired. The emotion will fade by tonight. He will return to his screens. He will experience the same hollow regret tomorrow. This is his choice. Unconscious, but choice nonetheless. The sovereign masculine will close this video and immediately delete one application, block one website, remove one device from his bedroom. He will take one action before the intellectual understanding fades into comfortable theory. Action before emotion dissipates. This is sovereignty. Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." He did not write treatises on theoretical virtue. He governed justly. He fought strategically. He wrote philosophically. Being not theorizing, action not intention. Your future self is watching your current choice. He is either grateful or resentful. Every time you choose sovereignty over comfort, you cast a vote for his strength. Every time you choose screens over discipline, you cast a vote for his weakness. You are voting now. Transformation is not a single decision. It is accumulated micro-decisions compounding over time. You will not conquer your addiction tomorrow, but you will win the war through 10,000 small victories. Each observed urge, each deleted application, each sovereign choice. You will not announce your transformation on social media. You will not seek validation from those still imprisoned. You will work in strategic opacity. Your increasing vitality, focus, and presence will speak louder than any declaration. Demonstration eliminates the need for announcement. Women will respond to your transformation without understanding it. They do not need to understand your process. They respond to its manifestation. Increased testosterone, purposeful energy, masculine presence. These communicate what explanations cannot. Become magnetic by becoming sovereign. This is your final choice. Player or pawn, sovereign or slave, master or mechanism. I have given you 5 laws, ancient principles that separate the serious from the curious. Most men are curious. The curious watch and return to their cages. The serious implement and walk through the open door. Which are you? Choose now. Subscribe to Primal Intellect. Stay dangerous, stay sovereign, walk the narrow path. The gate is gold.